We are living in the golden age of conspiracy theories. The modern world has allowed every crazy person with an internet connection to spread their paranoia, and some of their delusions even get mistaken for fact by folks who really should know better. For example, were you aware that some people believe that the lizards who control our society are actually literal hand puppets being operated by agents from the aluminum foil industry? These puppet masters are allegedly called the Illuminati, so named because they're said to be the cause of the world's troubles, and because they secretly push a certain style of headwear. Of course, theories like these have almost no evidence to back them up, and a cursory Google search can debunk most of them. Every so often, though, certain ideas come along that make just a little bit too much sense to be ignored. They're usually right out in the open, too, and they deal with details that everyone has noticed, but few people have connected. For one such idea, we are going to look at a specific individual who actually is a puppet, and not just because he looks like he's made of leather. This is the Mick Jagger conspiracy theory. The song Tick-Tock, as performed by Kesha, was written by a guy named Benny Blanco. Its lyrics include a line with an odd quality to them. Now the dudes are lining up, cause they hear we got swagger, but we kick 'em to the curb unless they look like Mick Jagger. On the surface, this appears to be little more than a standard piece of manufactured music. However, Mick Jagger seems like a strange choice of icon for someone portraying a modern-day delinquent, especially since he wasn't exactly at the height of his attractiveness when the piece in question came out. Stranger still, it wasn't the only popular song to paint the man in a pleasant light. Moves Like Jagger, performed by Maroon 5, was released at around the same time, and Benny Blanco had a hand in writing that one too. Now, it would be easy to suggest that one man was simply showcasing something of an obsession, if it weren't for the presence of the same pattern elsewhere. The song The Time, as performed by the Black Eyed Peas, features the following phrase: "All these girls, they like my swagger. They callin' me Mick Jagger. I be rollin' like a stone." It was written by John DeNicola, who used to produce music for a band called Kara's Flowers, although you might know them better by their current name of Maroon 5. The song Heart and Soul, as performed by the Jonas Brothers, contains a verse that ends with, "Making mistakes, but that won't matter, if you can swag like old Mick Jagger." Antonina Armato wrote the piece, and she is managed by Downtown Music Publishing. Would you care to guess who else they manage? Here's a hint. It rhymes with Balloon Hive. All of these different artists and genres have ensured that every demographic has been exposed to Mick Jagger's supposed charm, and the web of connections extends all throughout the music industry. One thing remains unclear though. What is the link back to Mick Jagger himself? There must be something, because if you look at Google Trends, you'll see that his popularity spiked with the release of each song. The only time in recent memory when it has been higher is during a period in March of 2014, when his girlfriend died. Some people have suggested that the man's name is just easy to rhyme with swagger, but a modern resurgence in popular use of the word came about after the aforementioned songs had hit the airwaves, meaning that swagger was just easy to rhyme with Jagger, not the other way around. Why does there seem to be a cabal of musicians trying to artificially inflate the performer's appeal and popularity? What benefit is there in promoting an aging rock star? Who is actually behind this odd trend? In order to answer these questions, we need to turn to Vivendi. This is a company which owns an incredible amount. Their subsidiaries include Gameloft, Dailymotion, Flavorous, and the Universal Music Group. The Rolling Stones signed to Universal Music in 2008. In the years that followed, all of the songs that I mentioned were released. With that in mind, look at those Google Trends again. 2008 marked Mick Jagger's lowest ever dip in popularity, and the slump continued until September of 2009, right after Tick-Tock became the most played piece on the radio. Exactly 1 year later, the Rolling Stones re-released their rare concert movie, securing the #1 spot on 4 different countries' charts, 2nd place on 4 more, and a double platinum certification in Canada. Strangely enough, though, the only other place besides the United States where platinum status was achieved was in France, which is where Vivendi is located. What if all of this was carefully planned and executed? What if there's a shadowy organization that's hell-bent on promoting Mick Jagger for its own profit? What if the Illuminati is real, and this whole conspiracy has been an attempt at showing that their foil products can keep an aging rock star fresh? What if... I made all of this up on a whim, then found whatever tenuous evidence I could to support it.
They're abducting all the cows! I was out in Las Vegas